Government announced that the European Union reassured that it will continue the GSP Plus concession to Sri Lanka till 2023, while noting that there will be no changes in the monitoring process. Now, what exactly is this monitoring process? Will Sri Lanka lose GSP Plus after 2023 with becoming upper middle income country? We spoke to the Deputy Head of the Mission of Delegation of the European Union to Sri Lanka in this regard.
GSP Plus is not automatic. It is granted based on promises and commitments to continue effective implementation of 27 international conventions, so related to human rights, labor rights, environment and good governance. And there is a continuous implementation based on these 27 conventions. Now, for example, there are also regular monitoring missions. The last one has visited Sri Lanka in September 2019, and an overall global report on the GSP Plus scheme, including on progress in Sri Lanka, will be presented to the European Parliament and discussed there in the next few months.
The Generalized Scheme of Preferences Plus is a special component of the GSP scheme that provides additional trade incentives to developing countries and duty-free access to EU markets for over 7,200 products. The EU is by far Sri Lanka's biggest export destination, with nearly 30% of the total exports going to Europe, a value of 2.8 billion euros. With Sri Lanka graduating from the GSP scheme in 2023, sectors that benefited from the concession will be compelled to trade on standard trade terms.
Legally, from a European Union viewpoint, it's not possible to retain it the moment a country reaches upper middle income status. What that would mean is essentially the trade will continue on standard WTO terms. So the 3-year count will start from the 1st of January 2020, essentially. And if during that 3 years, for some reason, the status changes again and the income goes below the threshold for an upper middle income country, Sri Lanka would be a full member again. But frankly, we would not hope that. The entire scheme is up for review by 2023 on a global level, with all countries benefiting from it. So it's very difficult to predict now exactly what our member states and our parliament will tell us the future GSP Plus scheme looks like. That would be a bit premature. We will see clearer in a year or two, I would think.
When a country, say the GSP Plus country, reaches the upper middle income status, they will give you 3 years because they want to see that country maintains the upper middle income status for 3 consecutive years. So according to the World Bank figures, 2019 July, when they looked at the figures up to 2018 July, they realized that okay, Sri Lanka has crossed into upper middle income bracket. Now from 2018, they will give you 3 more years. That means 19, 20, 21. And then they will give additional 1 year as a grace period, 2022. And then since it's going to be middle of 2022, they will not implement this from middle of the year. So they will have an extra six months